Welcome to class. Hopefully you have all reviewed the introduction and the schedule found on your Begin Now link that's on your course homepage sidebar. Hope you got the message and have that kind of under your belt for this morning's lecture. If you have not looked at that yet, jump in and do so immediately, okay? 7 weeks goes quickly. This is a sophomore lit class. A little up. You just moved up from the freshman level. The reading, I think, is not too overwhelming. If you keep up, you should be fine. Just don't procrastinate. You do have a discussion post following the lecture, and that is due tonight, each Monday by midnight, and I think, again, that is all pretty well covered in that introductory material and noted on your schedule. This semester, we are going to focus on American Romanticism. The early colonists quickly decided that they wanted to be very separate from Europe. All things European were gone, and they wanted very quickly to establish their own genre of literature, American literature. And traditionally, that has been American Romanticism. And in 7 weeks, that's what we're going to focus on. We don't have time to explore a lot further, so here goes. Basically, Romanticism with a capital R does not necessarily mean the same thing we think of when we use romantic with a little r. However, I think there's some overlaps, and just talking about romantic with a little r may help clarify American Romanticism with a big R. A person who is romantic, just think about romantic, the candlelight and the love in the eyes and all of that stuff. A person who's romantic idealizes another person, right? Finds the other person exceptionally beautiful or handsome or intriguing, right? Finds the other exceptionally unique and a one-of-a-kind individual. This romantic kind of relationship is founded on great hope for a solid truth that will evolve over time. American Romantic literature then shows this kind of wonder, this kind of almost magical appreciation for all things American. Study your page on American Romanticism most carefully. We are going to refer to that page a lot this semester, and those precepts need to be pretty well ingrained. The Romantic approach to writing stories and poetries about the greatness and truth of America stood in pretty good stead for a long, long time. Only recently have we started kind of evolving from basic American Romantic thought and storytelling. We kind of went through a phase of naturalism and then on to realism and then to existentialism. And now you are in the postmodern era. Well, what does that mean? A postmodernist would say that truth is a language game. It can't really be found. America has offered no better truths than any other culture at any other time. History is kind of just moments in time. They have no correlation. Don't get too bogged down here. I just wanted you to know that traditional American Romantic thought is not the only option today. Of course, American Romanticism still has a large following, as many Americans still believe in the wonder of America, still find it a special place with a special foundation and ideas. And you're certainly going to address that in your first reading this week. Just basically, what does it mean to be an American? You're going to be reading from a larger work. You're just going to read an excerpt. The larger work is Letters from an American Farmer, a series of rather lengthy letters written by a French-American writer, J. Hector Saint-Jean de Crèvecoeur, published first in 1782. Extremely successful in Europe. Crèvecoeur was writing these letters in a period of about 7 years prior to the American Revolutionary War. He was living in upstate New York. It's told these letters are written from the viewpoint of a fictional narrator corresponding with a fictional person back in England. The letters were translated into several languages very quickly in Europe and were very popular. You know, you think back, I can't even imagine, no social media or television or movies or Netflix or Amazon, Twitter. These letters were entertaining. People were curious about what was going on in this new land. Crèvecoeur claims in these letters that Americans are a people united by land and, most importantly, by a spirit of individuality. You're going to hear that word a lot this semester. Most of the Americans he describes came from Europe and as afflicted, oppressed people, generally not wealthy. In fact, poor. In America, however, in these new lands, they were free from oppression. And they very quickly left everything European behind. They adopted new ideas about government, new ideas about self-government. They became a new people. Crèvecoeur sums up his argument in a single statement. We are nothing but what we derive from the air we breathe, the climate we inhabit, and the government we obey, the system of religion we profess, and the nature of our vocations. According to this statement, humans are the result of both their situation and their surroundings, and they will change as such does change. The Europeans, especially the poor who came, had been trapped, and they found freedom. They became a new people. I hope you enjoy reading What is an American, your excerpt from Letters from an American Farmer this week. A reminder, you do have a discussion post on this lecture and kind of getting you thinking about what American Romanticism really is, how you see yourself, if you do see yourself as an American Romantic and why. Hash it over with each other. I hope you kind of enjoy doing so and picking each other's brains. That's really what I'm looking for in your discussions, some critical thinking and some exchange of ideas. Do not hesitate to call or text me with any questions this semester. I'm kind of a night owl, so yeah, you've probably got till 10:30 or 11. Begin now. Please do not get behind. I will be looking at your discussions probably tomorrow, Tuesday, so please get those done. Start off on the right foot. Let me know if I can help.